There, just a quick video. I've got a Laney VC100 in for repair at the moment. Very heavy beast. And while I was picking it up, one of the handles broke. It's a bit shitty. It's already a bit broken. I think when I received it in, it was more or less like that. So this bit was stuck in here somehow, but it completely snapped. Luckily I didn't drop the thing. I managed to catch it before it dropped, which is a bit of a feat considering I'm still on crutches. I'm going to have some more surgery soon as well. Right, this came in with 6L6 GCs, so are Sovtech, and as you can possibly see by the writing, it's a bit faded there because they've been very hot, and a few of these were red plating, or one or two of them were red plating, and I thought, faulty valves maybe. So I've just replaced them, all the valves here, with EL34s, not 6G6s, because this amp you can have either or. So I put EL34s on. When I looked in the service manual, the biasing for EL34s and 6L6s is different. I think it's 35 volts you read, 35 milliamps rather, for EL34, and 6L6 are 45, I think it is. So I put in the EL34s, and I got some sort of reading like 59 on the plate. 59 is way too high for these. So the reason why it's red plating is because of the very highly set bias. It looks like someone's been in here before because the screw wasn't properly screwed down. Someone has altered the bias and made these tubes extremely hot. From 35 to 59, I mean, you know, these tubes really, if they remain like that, they wouldn't last more than a couple of months, if that. So there we go. It's not red plating. I think there was one valve that was particularly bad, but then again, that's normal with red plating. If the bias is too high, one valve can be red plating, whereas the other ones are not. They're on the verge of red plating, or one has been pushed over the top, because all valves are different. You know, they're not exactly the same made. Some are more resilient than others, so that's the reason why. So you need to check the bias of the valve when you're red plating. It's not usually the valve that's the fault, unless you're dealing with Chinese rubbish. These are JJs. But as you can see, I'm using my bias probe here. I replaced the leads for multimeter leads that I cut up, and it's fantastic. And next little project I've got is to actually make a valve tester. So I'm going to do that so that I can test the valves outside of amplifiers. But for the moment, this probe is brilliant, and it's determining the bias for me at the anode. I wasn't measuring it on the cathode, which you can do from the resistor, as long as the resistor is 1 ohm. But this has got a common cathode, so the cathode goes straight to ground. There's not 1 ohm resistor there, although I could put a 1 ohm resistor between the cathode and ground, measure across that 1 ohm resistor, and get a rough reading of the bias from that as well, because more or less, apart from a little bit, the current at the cathode is pretty much what you're going to find at the anode, although the suppressor grid draws a little bit of current, so that it's not exactly right. It's slightly off. It gives you a rough idea on the bias value anyway. It's probably about 5 or 10% out if you take the reading from a cathode resistor that you're putting in the 1 ohm resistor. This is cathode straight to ground, there's no resistor there, so if I wanted to put 1 ohm resistor in the cathode, I'd have to wire one in specially somehow. although I think these valves go straight to the valve sockets are soldered straight to the board, so it would be a little bit involved, I think, to put a 1 ohm resistor there just to test the cathode bias. But with this probe that I've made up, this is testing the anode directly, testing the current directly from the anode, so that is much more accurate. And as I say, the bias is well off. For these valves, as I said, is supposed to be 35 milliamps, but this is showing like 59. So there we go. Hope you found this video useful. If you did and you like my videos, please subscribe. I'm getting about on average 1 or 2 subscribers a week at the moment, which is excellent. But at the moment I've got less than 600 subscribers. I need 1,000 to start sort of making money from my videos. So that would be great. I could do with that. I'm supposed to be retired, but I had to come out of retirement because of the what's going on in Brazil. We've got a change of government, and the government is not that great. So I've had to go back into work because I can't really live off my pension indefinitely. Plus I'm disabled now, officially disabled with the crutches, so every little bit helps. So you know, I'm not going to go on Patreon or anything like that. But you know, if I get more subscribers, obviously I can get money from Google, and that would be something. So thanks very much for watching anyway.